So I have noticed that everybody wants to be chic nowadays, and there's some discourse about this online. I'm really interested in this topic, and I recently watched a video that really intrigued me and spiked my interest. I'm going to link this video in the description box so you can watch it for yourself. And I am going to give you my 2 cents on it, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. The topic is chic. The topic is chic. So recently I watched this video by the girl named Kat, and I'm going to link this video down below for you to check out by yourself. And the video is about chic. It's called Chic, and in the video she talks about what she considers chic and what is considered chic generally, kind of like our assumptions. So I want to give my 2 cents on it, to be honest with you. So, so when we're talking about chicness and what it means to be chic, because it seems to be a very desirable thing and it has been, obviously for a really long time, we are talking about style, but more so, I think we're talking about the vibes as well. So, in the video, Kat talks about how being chic means being effortlessly cool and kind of nonchalant as well, right? And I do somewhat agree with these things, but I would like to kind of expand on that a little bit, I guess. Anyways, let's start with the physical attributes, I guess. Some of the things she mentioned included some kind of weirdo eyebrows, like weird eyebrows, basically thin eyebrows or bleached eyebrows or something like that. I would also add to that like shaved, or in contrast, like really bushy eyebrows, or having a unibrow, stuff like that, right? Or having a unibrow. I do actually agree with that. I don't know how to describe that and why that makes you chic, but there is something about having special, different, unique eyebrows that kind of gives you the chic attributes somehow. I do think that it has to suit you and you have to own it. The most important thing throughout this video, I think, is going to be that you have to own it. It has to be yours. There's really no point in copying anything mindlessly and trying to make it work. It has to be yours. You have to own it. You have to make it yours. You know what I mean? For example, I did thin my eyebrows out a little bit um a few weeks ago, and it's actually kind of one of the best things that I've ever done. I have no regrets. I know that I don't have ultra thin eyebrows, but that's kind of, this is the look that I can pull off. I don't want to go thinner, but a couple of years ago I tried the bushy eyebrow thing and I stopped um plucking my eyebrows out completely for, I want to say, about 6 or 7 months. And I really enjoyed the look that I had, but I do have to say that it just wasn't me. I just didn't look like myself, and it did not really look good on my face in retrospect. And once I plugged them out to make them look the way that it did before, I just realized how much better my face looked. My face. Do you know what I'm saying? I do genuinely like this look on myself a lot more. However, I do want to talk about a little bit on how I believe this could be influenced by fashion trends. I kind of somewhat believe that being chic has to be something that comes from within and has to be something truly genuine and truly almost beyond fashion trends, because trends come and go. But I do have a feeling that the reason we like all these things has to do in some way because of fashion trends. And I'm not sure I like that. I'm just kidding. I really like that actually, but that's just something to think about. Just let me know what you think about this. The different thing is bare nails. Um, should I talk about having bare nails and having the most like basic, like manicure, basically, right? I do completely agree with that. There's still a lot more to being chic than just these little details about you. When it comes to your nails, though, I do think that part of the reason we might like, short and like bare nails might be because of to me, it's sort of reminiscent of the old money aesthetic that was really big 2 years ago. And I have a feeling that the reason we like this so much now is because it was a really big trend, again, a couple of years ago. I personally have always been long almond shaped, milky pink kind of nail person pretty much my whole life. And a couple of years ago, I just had a feeling that I was tired of that. I really, really wanted to cut my nails really short, have a short square nail, and have no nail polish, no gel whatsoever. And I, for the most part, have been doing that ever since. But, you know, I do like my nail polish, though. I do like my different colors. I do like to play with different colors. I do like to have more fun with it nowadays than I did before. I don't like the idea anymore of having a manicure that kind of like suits everything and looks good with everything. I don't really care about this anymore. I really care more about self expression, and I will keep coming back to that. Vintage or having vintage details. I do agree with that, and I do think that it makes a lot of sense if you are into fashion. You do understand that things things are just not the way that they used to be anymore in fashion, and we don't have the quality that we used to have anymore. We don't have the prices we used to have anymore. Not that the prices were better, but they were not that they were low, but they were better. Prices are crazy nowadays and the quality is going down. We all know that. Also, design is questionable. I do completely agree with that. I am very much in the train. Yeah, that's cool. You can find interesting, cool pieces, and you can demonstrate your curiosity, your interest in style, your interest in fashion, your interest in art and culture through the little interesting details that you source out from different places that you cannot find newly manufactured anymore. And that is chic. I do agree with that. A simple makeup, what I call it simple makeup, or basically using one makeup tool to make for your whole face of makeup. We're specifically talking about stuff like, Black Honey, which I am wearing today. There are lots of products on the market that are really quite similar for a smaller price point. This product, however, is iconic. It has been used on Arwen from Lord of the Rings. You cannot take that away. I do like this product very much, so no hate. I love it. However, I do have to say that using just one makeup product for your whole face has more to do with you having good skin rather than having just like one cheek product for your whole face. But I do also have to add to that if you do have any kind of imperfections, I want to say, you'll never catch me saying bad skin or problematic skin. No, that is problematic to say that, I think. But if you have any imperfections, so to say, I think that the chic thing is to own it and to own them and to be authentically, unapologetically yourself. That's chic. Magazines. Yes, magazines. I agree with that. I've been a fan of magazines my whole life since I was a little girl. Still love magazines very, very much. Especially because I was not really allowed to have a lot of them, and like I wasn't really allowed to buy them so much. So that's for me to explore in my like psychological videos. But anyways, I do agree with that, and I am not embarrassed to admit that I do have some magazines that I bought only just for the cover alone, and I have no shame about that. I have no shame. My most recent ones include the likes of Harper's Bazaar, Vogue magazine. I just have them right here, and I've recently been really liking the Interview magazine as well. Just look at that. Just look at that. That's beautiful. I love the format as well, and I really want to make a video on archives. I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of that, and I really like it. Anyways, to the magazines, I would also like to add books because I think it's, you know, I it kind of makes it really shallow to say that because I don't want this to be another trend. I don't want this to be something that is completely on the surface and has absolutely no depth to it, but I want to add the books here too. I know that there has been a trend for reading books, and some people found it problematic again. I don't really agree with that actually whatsoever. That like reading has been more of a kind of like a culture movement and a style, a fashion trend, rather than, people being actually genuinely interested in books. I might make another video on that separately because I have a lot to say about that. In short, I don't care. I think books are great, and if books are in trend, that's great. Reading magazines is chic. Reading books is very chic as well. Books are timeless. Having a library is very chic. A home library. And the last point that Kat mentioned was being kind. And I do agree with that, absolutely. Obviously, I have met enough people who were interested in fashion and beauty who were really looking down on other people, and there's nothing chic about that. You can look amazing, you can be tall, you can be skinny, you can be beautiful, you can be conventionally attractive in each and every way, but if you look down on other people, if you're not kind, polite, if you're not friendly, if you lack basic friendliness and politeness, you can't be chic. That's not chic. That's anything but chic, actually. Now, so here's my thoughts independent of the video, something that I would like to add to it because I do like it very much. Again, I think you should watch it, but I do want to expand on it a little bit more. So, chic, in my opinion, is not just one thing. I don't think you can truly just define it in, a short sentence. I don't think it's solely about being elegant. It's definitely not exclusively being minimalist and very simplistic in your style. I don't think it has to necessarily be you being naturally beautiful, tall, skinny, and whatnot. I very much believe that chic is being cool. And by effortlessly cool, I want to say that you're not blindly following all of the fashion trends. You are not interested in being exactly like everybody else, following all the trends, following all the beauty trends, doing all of the, popular manipulations with your face, for example, right? Like fillers and Botox and implants and stuff like that, just because it is the look that is in fashion. You're not chasing that, you're owning who you are. And I think it's all about authenticity. It's about accepting who you are truly and owning that, making the way that you look, making the way that you are your personal brand, and not necessarily online, not for sale, but just for yourself. You do like fashion, at least to some extent. You are interested in art history and in art, and you might have some cool hobbies, but then again, what is a cool hobby? You have some hobbies that you genuinely like, and you're not interested in chasing what's cool in order to be perceived as cool. I think it's about being authentically who you are and enjoying that and expressing that without the fear of judgment. To me, that's really chic, knowing your stuff, knowing your designers, knowing references, having the knowledge. I love references. It's like one of my favorite things in the world, when people know the references and when people use references, specifically in cinema, to be honest, but nonetheless. Okay, so yes, I also, okay, when I said that you not don't have the fear of like others and the judgment of others, yes, I do agree with that, absolutely. I just said that, but that doesn't mean that you are nonchalant in a pretentious kind of way when you are. I don't mean that you don't care about anything and you don't care so much. In reality, you care so much that you want other people to perceive you as if you don't care. That comes off as extremely unauthentic. I think that it's cool to care. I think it's okay to care. You should care. There are things that you should care about, you know, and those things should obviously be personal to you. I don't think there's anything wrong with, dressing for, well, not for other people's, but like to impress other people, maybe, or to impress a certain group of people, like your friends, people who will get it. People who will get it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's uncool to care. I don't agree with that. I think that should go. That is unhealthy. And I do think it's uncool as well. Being chic, I think, can look multiple different ways. I think it can look very simplistic and elegant and timeless at the same time. It can look a little bit chaotic and a little bit artsy and a little bit more complex. I think it is what you make it, and the point is that you are the one who wears the clothes, not the clothes wear you. The point is that you wear the clothes, not the other way around. The most important thing is who you are as a person and what is authentic and true to you. And your chicness is how you choose to express that through your style and through the items that you like and how you organize your closet and how you decorate your house and what kind of things you like to put in your shelves for decorations, to express who you are. I might be being vague on purpose, by the way. I really don't believe that chic is just one thing. I also believe that it's okay if your style changes over time, because if you look at the fashion icons of the past and present as well, people do evolve, they do grow, they mature, and you don't have to stick to a certain look your whole life. I think that's completely fine. What personally I think is important, in order to be chic, is for you to know what looks good on you. You have to understand your body type, your complexion, your like what colors look good on you, and all that kind of stuff. The use of accessories, I actually find hair accessories really chic. Even something as basic as like French pins or like the most basic pins, these kinds of pins. I do find it really chic. I do find it really chic when you have a really cool and effortless hairstyle. And by effortless, I truly mean that, because the best hairstyles I've ever had were the ones that I made without looking in the mirror and without even without putting any effort, truly. If you're trying to make other people perceive you as a nonchalant, chic, fashiony, artsy, cool person who doesn't care, who doesn't put too much effort into things, that's not the vibe. That's not it. It's really chic when you can make something work truly without putting any effort, without overthinking the whole effort part. When you just do it, it doesn't work too much if you have to overthink it. So I know it makes sense. I know it makes sense. I know that if you get it, you get it. I truly believe, I cannot help but go into psychology yet again, but I truly believe that being chic is all about accepting exactly who you are, embracing your messy hair, embracing the face that you have, not making anything in order to specifically fit in with everybody else, with the Instagram face, with the, all of the trends that are, especially nowadays, changing like every season. So don't, I want to say, don't overthink it. Focus on learning more about fashion, I guess. I don't know. I don't really want to give advice here. I just wanted to talk about this topic because I find it fascinating and really interesting. The most important thing, if you do want to be chic, to be honest with you, in my opinion, is embracing who you are, understanding who you are, being as authentic as you can be, embracing your hobbies, embracing your non-fashiony, non-artsy hobbies, and like potentially incorporating that in your style. It's about being unique. It's about being cool without trying to be cool. But again, it's okay to try. It's okay to care. Anyways. And for the dessert, I do want to mention, I do want to give some honorable mention to the people who I believe to be chic. I did think about this, not for too long, so I don't have many names. So yes, of course, I have to mention Sierra O'Day. She's absolutely amazing. The first video of hers that I found, she just captured my attention, and I was hooked. I was set. and I followed her immediately on every platform. So that's a no-brainer. Of course, Alex Consani, um, no comment here. Yes, I do really want to say um, Kate Moss, especially in the 90s. And I do think that it might be important to mention Bella Hadid as the person of our time, as a supermodel of our time. I do understand that it might be unauthentic to mention, you know, modern day models because they do work with the brands a lot. They do work with, their fashion and choices a lot of the times, like the street style looks and like the paparazzi shots, can be very much inauthentic a lot of the times in a way that they are paid by the big brands to wear certain things to make them cool. We know that. We know that. However, I do still believe that she has a really cool, unique style. And of course, I have to mention Chloe Sevigny. I don't really know how to pronounce her last name correctly, so please don't judge me. And do let me know if you do know. To me personally, she is the person who comes to mind when I think about the it girls, the chic girls, the chic women. She is the person who has authentic, unique, cool style. She's not the person who tried to, mold herself to look like everybody else. And I really, really like the truly authentic, cool vibe that she's giving off. It truly is all about confidence and like your education, your knowledge. Education not in a formal sense necessarily, but in the shape of knowledge. And in this specific case, having knowledge about fashion, having knowledge about designers and artists, and knowing the references. I love that. Anyways, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos on a variety of different topics. I'm still trying to figure it out. By the way, come on guys, like that's I do want to say something, especially if you made it to this point in the video. I do have a few returning viewers, so um, if you do come to watch my videos, please click the like button. I would really appreciate that, and might as well subscribe to my channel as well. I thank you, and I love you so very much. Leave your comments in the section down below. Let me know the things that you find chic and the people who you find chic also, and I will see you in the next one.